What's going on? It's Don Benjamin, and you're tuned into With Love with Ty Cole.
What's up, folks? It's your host here, Ty Cole, again with another episode of With Love with Ty Cole. And today's guest, listen, he's popping on social media, okay? Every piece of clothing you probably want to purchase, he's probably worn it to influence you to have it. He's an actor, he's a family man. We got Don Benjamin in the building, man. How are you?
I'm great, man. Thank you for having me.
Listen, I appreciate you for coming on the show, brother, man.
Yes,
I've seen you for a while now. I've been following your journey. I love to see the way you elevate. And I think what I love too is like, you don't allow being a father to stop you from the grind that you've created for yourself.
Hey, these kids need a lot of toys and food and clothes, so
I was
gotta go
gonna
harder.
say, like, what's the best part about being a dad? Because I feel like when I see the social media stuff, it's only like a glimpse of like what I'm
Yeah.
sure your day-to-day looks
Yeah.
like.
I think like for me, it just kind of like takes me away from myself and all the things that I have to think about for myself, and just like looking at something grow that was created from me is just like mind blowing. I think that's the biggest thing for me.
You know, we always kick off the show with a segment inspired by my mom. It's called Love Like Mama.
hmm
And basically, we kind of just like touch on a few love life lessons and just ways that you kind of show up in love in general. So, what's something that maybe your mom taught you or a motherly figure taught you about love that you now find yourself repeating to your kids?
Um, my mother is one of the most loving people, so I think for her, she just always tried to pour in like kindness and thoughtfulness and show like affection with words and with physical touch. So I think I try to pour that into my kids, is just like let them know like I love you, you're
Yeah.
beautiful, you're great, you know what I'm saying? Like move with patience when them like I got a toddler, and if she's a little wild, but like having that grace for her, and like
Patient.
yeah, the patience, and sit down and like talk to her. So that's a big one.
Okay. Be like what do they call it? The soft parenting or?
Listen, I'll still bring out a wooden spoon if I have to, but like I'm gonna
Okay.
talk you through it, and I'm gonna explain to you why I had to do that, and why hopefully you don't
Do it
do it
again.
again. You know what I
What
mean?
was the last thing you had to explain to her not to do?
Uh, well, right now she's in a phase where she cries for everything. And so I'm trying to like explain to her like crying isn't gonna get you what you want. You're
Right.
gonna get what you want by like taking a breath in, try to voice what's going on, and that's how you're gonna get what you want. So like that's where I'm at with her right now, because she'll just think that throwing a tantrum is gonna get her everything. And we live with her grandparents, and so they do give in to the tantrum. So that's the biggest thing right now in that toddler phase.
They definitely like to get what they want.
I mean, listen, all they know is what, you know what I'm saying? They're learning as they go. So like
Yeah.
looking at a kid like learn as they go, it's like we're molding everything for them. So if they cry and they get what they want, that's what they're gonna keep doing. So
I think there's a few adult toddlers out there
you know what I
that,
mean?
just be
For
crying.
real. Facts.
Some need to just sit down and they need to take a breath too.
Right, facts.
What does healthy love look like now that, you're a husband and a father, and how has it changed your priorities?
For me, I think really just like thinking outside of yourself, putting somebody else at the forefront, and having communication, especially in relationships, like I have a relationship coach in our marriage, so like
I love that.
anytime there's a dispute, like we have somebody outside of our inner circle that we can communicate with, to like really get to the,
The root.
yeah, to the root of whatever's going on. So that's big for me, is just being able to communicate. Especially as men, a lot of times we like to hold things in.
Yeah.
So to be able to like voice how we feel and feel like we're heard is a big one.
Because speaking of being heard, I think a lot of times we don't, or we do realize like when someone is actually acknowledging what you're feeling or what you're saying, just by like a small gesture. So when was the last time you told your mom or your wife thank you, not for what they do, but for how they love and or even how they kind of see you in a moment that you probably didn't feel seen?
Honestly, man, like in our household, we try to make that like a big deal.
Yeah.
My mother's a Libra. She deals with a lot
Okay.
of
Her season. Happy
yeah.
birthday.
Her birthday is on the 16th.
Okay.
But she deals with a lot of trauma, and so like she needs reassurance, like love and words of affirmation. and then my wife is a Leo, and so she's
Oh,
very like
yeah.
strong-willed,
Mm.
but still like she still needs like love and she needs physical touch. So for me, like it's very important just to voice those things like, hey, like I'm gonna pour into you and I'm gonna pour love into you guys, but I appreciate you for pouring into me. You know what I mean? So we keep that at the forefront of our household for sure. Like that's a really big part of our like we on Sundays we'll watch church, we'll sit
Okay.
down and have like family discussions because our parents live on our property with us.
Oh,
So like
wow.
Leanne's mother and father live with us, and my mother lives with us, and so we'll sit down and we'll have like a weekly recap. Like, all right, what was there something that somebody did this week that offended
Yeah.
anybody? Is there something that you did that you really appreciate? Like, and we'll put these things out there so that we keep like a synergy of peace within our home.
What made you guys do that tradition? Because it kind of feels like those Sunday family dinners kind of
Yeah,
vibes, but it seems like you guys spend majority of the Sunday
yeah.
together.
Well, honestly, like Leanne, like she's a Filipino woman and like family is everything for them. Like I came up with just me and my mother. My father was around kind of, but like when I got with her and seeing how much family meant, and then she was the one like your mom should move in with us and the parents should live with us.
Yeah.
And so kind of like following her footsteps in that. And she's always the one where it's like, we need to make sure Sundays are our family day. We need to make sure we do this. And now it's just become like a routine.
I
So
love that.
yeah.
What do you think fatherhood taught you about being present? I think a lot of times when people see black men as dads, there's like this trope or this
Hmm.
stereotype that like, oh, they're not around or they're not here. So what has fatherhood taught you about being present?
I mean, for me, like again, because my father was in and out of my
Mm-hmm.
life growing up, I always wanted that.
Yeah.
So for me, I told myself like when I have kids, like this is how I want to do it. This is what I wanted from my dad to where now I'm
Yeah.
gonna pour into my kids. So for me, like, and kids will let you know, like if I'm on my phone or if I'm handling business, my daughter will come to me and she'll be like, Dad, pay me attention. Look at me. You know what I'm saying? So like they'll pull you into it, but then it's on us to like give them that attention that they're asking
Yeah.
for.
To
So
answer it.
yeah, so I try to make sure like we have like our time to really pour into to our kids because I get so busy doing everything I'm doing, but like I understand how important that is because I didn't get that, and
Yeah.
I know what I felt like needing that, so I make sure that my kids get that.
Do you feel like being a father healed your inner child?
Oh heck yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. All the voids, like I already got so many things planned for my kids, but like as soon as my son, he's 4 months now, but I put a basketball in his hands like right away.
Okay.
Because I'm like, this is what I wanted as a kid. So yeah, you definitely gotta like live vicariously through your kids.
Hmm, I love that. You know, as you pour into them, you pour into yourself, which is why your career is flourishing. And the Cardi B video. I
Yeah,
mean, man,
yeah,
like, first of all,
yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you.
I love that you continue to just step into different mediums and being so versatile. What was that call like? Like, how did you even get the call? What was it like being on set with Cardi?
Yeah,
I hear she's a really nice, sweet person. I met her once,
yeah,
and she's just like the kindest, sweetest Libra you can ever meet, in my
yeah,
opinion.
yeah,
So, what
yeah.
was it like working with her, getting that phone call? Where were you at? Give me everything.
Well, it's funny because I actually I do music as well. So
Mm-hmm.
the director of that video, me and I did a few videos with him actually for my own music.
Okay.
And so he hit me up and he was like, "Yo, I'm doing Cardi's video. We're looking for a love interest for the video." And I haven't really done no music videos in a while. Like I did Ariana Grande's, I think might have been my last one. And so I told him I was like, man, I don't really do music videos no more. Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he was like, I think this will be a good one for you. Like, I think you'll really enjoy it. And I was like, well, Cardi, like, look, I got love for Cardi, but like, I have to be very cautious with what I attach myself to as a brand.
Mm.
And I was like, I can't be in like no video where she's twerking and going
Yeah, it's a
crazy.
lot.
So like, what is it? And he's like, no, it's narrative driven. You play your love interest. It's respectful. Like, you get to show your acting chops while also like help Cardi amplify her acting.
Mm-hmm.
And so once he told me what it was, played me the song, I was like, "Oh, bro, this is fire. Like I'd love to be a part of it." And so
Yeah.
that was literally like I got the call like 2 days before the video,
Oh,
and then
wow.
we went and shot like 2 days later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey.
but Cardi's dope. Like she's
Yeah.
hella cool. She's funny,
You
like how
both are
she is.
parents.
Yeah, we're both parents. I mean, she's pregnant while we did the video.
Yeah.
So
How
we got
was that? Like, just like working with her and like seeing her in her pregnancy, like what were some of the conversations that you guys have had about like being parents, and did it kind of make you think about having another with Leanne by seeing her pregnant?
definitely did not think about having another kid.
You said
Definitely
definitely
not.
not. Leanne don't get any
No, we
ideas.
definitely did not think about that. But just like again, like seeing women like Cardi and Leanne and these women that are at the top of their game, and you see why, because they're not gonna let nothing stop them, right? Like she's pregnant
Hmm.
and we're shooting 16-hour a day. She did like 5 or 6 changes, like what I'm
Man,
saying, different looks and all this stuff. So like just seeing like the hustle and the hunger and the passion for what she loves is inspiring. But then like her just talking about her kids and then her kid
hmm,
on the way and nah, she was hella cool. She's just funny, bro. Like the way she is on social media is the way she is in person. Like she's just like a hot wire.
authentic.
Yeah.
Something that she said about with comes to her children is like she makes sure that they're in so many activities
Yeah.
that they get so tired.
Yeah.
Like they're just like always in something. Is that something like an approach that you and Leanne kind of take too? Like,
You have to because these kids, bro, they don't stop. Like so it's like we literally it's like swimming class, gymnastics,
wow,
ballet, about to get Zaya in soccer, like make sure she has some friends come over throughout the day to play like because the energy is like non-stop. Like from the minute they wake up,
they're
it's
on
like
it.
it's on. It's the craziest thing. So yeah, activities are a must.
One activity that I found myself doing was going to the movies, and I got invited to the hymn premiere,
Yep.
and I saw a familiar face in there,
Yes,
and
sir.
folks at home did as well. So, tell me, what was that like? I mean, being on set with Marlon Wayans, I feel like if Cardi's funny, I
Yeah.
know
Oh,
Marlon and them are funny as hell. Like, what
yeah.
were some of those fun moments you had with Marlon and Tyreek, and how did that brotherhood kind of like evolve while being on set with these brothers?
Yeah. Well, man, Marlon, it's crazy because it's such a dark role. And so,
Hmm.
like, Marlon had to tap into something he's never tapped into with this role. So, like, but he's so talented because we would be on set and he would be like in this moment. And then he'd cut to like telling us like the funniest jokes and have everybody cracking up on set.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Justin would be like, all right, action. And then he's just, bow, right back to just
Wow.
sharp. And then, all right, cut. And then he's like, yo, man, I was out of town. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and just tell a crazy joke.
Yeah.
So, like, the way he can go back and forth was insane. And then, like, Tyreek, watching this young star be born, and just a good kid with good, genuine energy. It was just everybody on set was so cool. Like, Justin Tipping, the director, and just I was just thankful to be a part of it, man, in any capacity, because it was, I mean, Jordan Peele
It's a good
Productions,
one.
you know, um, yeah, man, it was a lot of fun being there for sure.
Is there something that you took from that set that you would like to see on the next set and the sets afterwards? Because I think a lot of times when you have a really good set, you don't want it to end.
Yeah,
So, like, what is something that you are now looking for and making sure or hoping it's there for your next few sets you're on?
I mean, for me, always, I like to feel like we're friends. Like when
Okay.
we're working, like can we all go and kick it and have some food after and hang out after? Like that's when it's the best because
Yeah.
it makes the acting easier. You know what I mean? Because it makes it seem like there's that connection there. So for me, it's like it's nice when you go into a film or a TV series and like everybody actually gets along and
Yeah, yeah,
there's
yeah.
no divas, nobody acting like they're better than the other person. Everybody's just kicking it. That's the best thing for me. So I love um, and I aim for that in all projects that I do.
You have another one coming out, Adopted too.
Yep, yep,
So
Friday.
let's talk about that a little bit.
Yep.
So what was it about that kind of like captivated you to be a part of that? And why is that story so important for you?
Same thing, man. I've known Chris Stokes and Marcus Houston for a long time.
Hmm.
We've been trying to find something, they've been trying to find something that makes sense for me to be a part of with them over at Tubi. And I'm in my dad mode right now.
Yeah.
And they had this project playing a father, and they're like, "Yo, we'd love for you to be a part of this one." They're also they are also supporting another film that I'm producing and starring in called
Mm-hmm.
Holy Smoke.
Okay.
So it was just like a good synergy for us all around. And so, yeah, when they brought it to me, I was like, seems like a fun project.
Yeah, yeah.
I love what they're doing over at Tubi. I mean, they're the kings of Tubi right now. Tubi is on the rise.
Mm-hmm.
And, I come from, I've had to figure out how to get it on my own and create opportunities when a lot of people count me out.
Yeah.
And Chris and them kind of are on the same wave where it's like, they've been popping, they've been counted out, they've been popping. Now they found like their space over at Tubi,
Mm-hmm.
and they got a brotherhood over there, and it's all
Yeah.
family on the productions. So when you go and work with them, it's just a good family energy. So, for me, I love that. I love that space.
You know what I appreciate about you as an actor is you don't let any of like the stardom kind of get to you.
Yeah,
I think like you can be at Universal doing a film with Marlon Wayans, and then
yeah,
you can jump and be on the Tubi platform as
yeah.
well. Why is it so important for you to not judge the platform but judge the story that's being told?
I mean, it sucks because as an actor, you gotta be so careful with this stuff, and it's like
Hmm.
you can tear yourself apart with it. But um, for me, it's more so like it's not even so much about the platform or sometimes even the story. It's more so like if I mess with somebody, I'm
Okay.
gonna support what they're doing. You know what I mean? Because I know even for me on my rise, like yes, I'm in Pill's film and they took a chance on supporting me, but like every level you get to, we have to kind of like build each other up, especially as
Hmm.
like black talent in an industry that will try to like separate us and pin us against each other.
Yeah.
So for me, I try to like when I can be a part of as many people's projects as I can if it makes sense. And then when it's a good story or a fun story, it makes it even better
Yeah,
because then I
yeah.
don't gotta feel like I'm just doing a favor, you know what I
Getting
mean?
the
But I'm
check.
like I actually get to work with people I love, and then we get to do something cool and fun.
I love
So
that.
so that it helps.
So, we have another segment called the healing question. And this is where we kind of like reflect, we heal a little bit. So, you live part of your life online.
Hmm.
How do you stay emotionally grounded when social media attends or tends to reward performance more than presence?
You know, I think my relationship with God first and foremost, my relationship with my family,
Hmm.
and knowing that those things are always at the center of everything because like the industry is a roller coaster, social media is a roller coaster. Like 1 minute you're up, 1 minute work could be slow, 1 minute you post a picture they love, next minute you post a video and people are criticizing you. So like knowing that like as long as I'm staying true to myself, close to my family, pray on a daily basis, meditate, like don't get so consumed in what's going on social media, but
Hmm.
more consumed in what I'm putting out to benefit the world. I think that helps me.
Love that. You know, when you're out on social media, I think a lot of times you always look for perfection. And I think it's okay sometimes for us to have imperfections as well. So, do you ever feel pressure to model perfect love publicly for your kids, or do you think showing them imperfection is part of the lesson?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I mean, when me and Leanne first got together, we were like this staple,
Hmm.
couple, and oh my God, everything looks so perfect. And then we had a public breakup. I publicly made some mistakes. I publicly put a book out speaking about it. And for me, that was when
Mm.
things actually clicked better for me because nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. People
Yeah,
have to learn and grow. And there's so many, especially men, there's a lot of men in the world that are like trying to find guidance or people that they can really relate to, right? Because
yeah,
we all have to put up this shield like I'm cool and I got this ego and I don't cry and I don't talk to counselors or therapists when
yeah,
realistically like a lot of us are hurting because we got to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders, and it's like, who do we go to when I'm having a bad day or I'm sick or stressed or made a
yeah.
mistake? So
Overwhelmed,
yeah,
overstimulated.
so like we try to, you know, have a mix of that, and we can even do better at it from times. But I think for us, it's like, where do you find that space to
Mm.
connect with people? But yeah, man, it's nothing's perfect, so it's about.
Yeah.
relatability in a sense.
Do you think love is something we master or something we just learn to manage better with time?
I think probably manage better with time for sure. I don't think you could ever really master it
Okay.
in a sense. I think you just it becomes your new normal. Like the more you practice like what is love, how do I intake it, how do I output it, the more it just becomes your new normal. But I don't know if you'll
Mm,
ever master it because it's always something a new level of love,
yeah.
depending on who you're dealing with. Some people need more, some people don't their cup is full already, so
I feel like I'll also a lot of times when you're in relationships, like the different levels is also like just the things you both kind of go through.
yeah.
So, let's talk about forgiveness. What does forgiveness look like in your relationship, especially when sometimes ego wants to get the last word?
Yeah. In a relationship, I think I think forgiveness is really like you said, like putting your ego aside and looking at the bigger picture. Like
Mm,
what is this in the situation all about? Like most things are forgivable,
yeah.
everything is forgivable, but most things are like you can forgive and move past it, if you're willing to. But yeah, everything is mostly ego. Everything
Mm,
in this world is a lot of ego, so it's like how do you set your ego aside and look at things
from like a
from
different
a God
perspective.
standpoint?
Yeah. Is there something or a part of yourself that you are working towards loving more? Like I know that we a lot of times we're human.
Yeah,
So, we don't love everything about ourselves. We may
yeah.
like a piece of it, maybe
hmm
not. So what is something or a part of you that you're still working to love?
for me, man, it's really just like I'm such a hard worker and like I have like these goals and visions that I see for myself in all facets. And for me, like I'm trying to work harder on like really being in the moment in the day. And
Yeah.
and having kids, like we said, helps that. But like for me, like being like, okay, today I'm here, I'm present, I'm alive, I'm
Mm-hmm.
healthy. Like, like I have some things going on in my career, I have a healthy family, and like being present in that moment instead of jumping so far ahead that I don't really take in the moment. That's like one of my biggest things.
Okay. Now we got this final segment. It's called Her Heartbeat. So it's kind of just reflecting on like the way your heart beats in the world and how your heart beats with other people around you. So if your kids watch this episode years from now, what message about love would you want them to hear from their dad? And you can look in the camera and tell them.
One message about love is just move with love in everything you do, and it'll always give you a great outcome. I think that's the biggest thing.
Mm. And what does it look like when you love yourself without the likes?
Yeah, well, again, if you love yourself the right way, you'll be able to love everybody else the right way. But you can't love anyone else until you really truly love yourself.
Mm. Okay, I love that. My final one for you is, as black men, a lot of times we don't always, I don't want to say not know, or sometimes we don't always get love sometimes that
Yeah.
we maybe like want to like put out. So what's like a message you would want black men to just remember when it comes to loving themselves, like, and loving who they are as a being, regardless if the world is loving them or not?
I think you have to realize that like we can't change who we are. Like this is who we're stuck with. So you have to learn to love everything about you, appearance, mental, physical, talent wise, whatever it is, like you have to learn to love that.
Mm.
And then you have to break down the things that you do or don't like and figure out how to turn the things that you don't like into things that you now like, like if you're
Yeah.
not happy with your appearance, how do I get the physical appearance that I want? If I'm not happy with my career, what are the steps that I need to take to get to a place that I like? If I'm not happy about how I handle relationships, what's going on to why these things keep repeating and what can I change within myself to get a better version of myself? And by doing all these things, you're gonna learn to love yourself more and more each day. You know what I mean? For me, I used to drink heavily, I'd
Mm-hmm.
party a lot, and I wasn't liking that version of myself. And so I was like,
Yeah.
if I stop drinking and I stop putting myself in these certain elements, I'm gonna stop getting those results, and I'll start to get better results.
Yeah, it
And by
became.
doing that, I'm now 6 years sober, and the results that I'm seeing are, I mean, night and day, and I feel
Yeah.
amazing, you know what I mean? And sometimes it could be a small change that you need to make or a
Right.
big change, but either way, you got to love yourself because this is all we got while we're here, period,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm really proud of you, Don.
Nah, thank you.
I love seeing just like the way you just kind of like trajected in your career
Nah, thank
and
you.
as a man, and just hearing you today is such a beautiful thing. So,
Yeah.
you had a good time with us today?
Nah, I love it. I love it. No pun intended.
Right, no pun intended. Listen, what else can we expect from you, Don, if I let you go? Anything people should be looking out for, whether it's end of this year, next year,
Yeah.
things you could probably talk about?
Well, him is on Amazon Prime right now. Um, what Adopted 2 will be on Tubi. I don't know when this airs, but it's on Tubi.
Yeah,
I have a film called Holy Smoke coming out top of next year.
cool.
Um, the Cardi B video. Yeah, I'm dialed in. I'm working right now.
Yeah, we
So
see.
yeah,
Listen, we're proud of you, man. Folks,
thank
so
you.
make sure you're tuned in, tapped in with Don Benjamin. You don't want to miss out. Make sure you're supporting him, all of his projects, and we'll catch you next time.